at a very small file size. Anyway, all right, check it out. Sometimes you get a movie like we'll use. I've only had 2 movies, and one of them I haven't finished yet. You get a movie like Brotherhood of the Wolf. Movies like this actually have they're. It's not so much that they have 2 audio tracks, but the thing is, their native language that the movie is recorded in is not English. It was French. And everybody that watched it in the U.S., they actually watched the English version, or the movie with the English subtitles, or the English audio track. I'm sorry, I'm like trying to do 100 things at the same time. Anyway, what I sometimes do with movies that were originally recorded in another language, like the characters' mouths are speaking another language, I actually dump that language's audio track also. And then when I put my final product into an MKV file, which I'll show you how to do here in a moment, I actually include that into an MKV file so that the finished product has 2 audio tracks. One in English, because that's the language I understand, and another one in the native language the movie was actually recorded in. Now, how you do this is you take the final movie. After you get the final movie, like I showed you before, you transcode everything to AVI, delete the VOB out of the folder. Well, in this case, we got cops.vob, cops.avi. Well, what you do is you take your final AVI, do not delete the VOB file. Take the VOB file and you go to MPlayer and then pull the VOB file over, drop it in, and then type -dump audio. This is sort of like the dump stream command, except you're dumping the audio from the VOB file. And then -AID for audio track. And then it's usually 128's where audio tracks start. And then I've seen some of them down to like 119. But try screwing around with 128, 129, 130, 131 to find the native language's audio track. And then this is assuming you already transcoded it into English. Well, now you want to find the native language. For example, what's that movie? Alright, House of Flying Daggers. There we go. Alright, check it out. I dumped the VOB's audio for Chinese into it. It's AC3. For coming from the DVD, the audio is an AC3 format. So I dumped House of Flying Daggers.ac3. That's the Chinese language. That's what the characters are actually speaking in the movie. Now, I already transcoded the entire movie and wrapped it in an MKV wrapper because, like I said before, MKV is better than AVI. And inside this, there's an English audio track and then the movie, the film itself. Well, the problem is I want to also include the Chinese audio track so that I can watch the original movie with Chinese. So, open MKV merge. Well, first off, here, check this out. Let's assume you're making the AVI into a... Okay, let's assume right here we got cops.vob and cops.avi. This is that Cops and Robbers movie that I was transcoding in one of my earlier videos. Cops.vob would be the original thing that we're about to delete because it's done transcoding into the AVI. Well, take the AVI, pull it over, and drop it into input files. And then you'll see the codecs that the audio and video stream is composed of. And you can just hit start muxing, and it'll mux out cops.mkv. Which is Matroska, a video. And you can add other things to your file, other information. The Matroska video wrapper is better than AVI. AVI is very limited. It's outdated. Anyway, click on the global tab, and you could put in a title for the movie. Like, Cops and Robbers ripped by some dude, and then hit start muxing, and boom, you got Cops and Robbers.mkv on your desktop or in your video file, whatever. If you play it with VLC, you see the title bar, it says Cops and Robbers ripped by some dude. It actually, and then on the bottom, it includes the information that you typed in, so the name of the movie shows up, and that's the global tab file segment title option. Anyway, that's pretty much the gist of it. Now, after you've already got your AVI file and you've dumped your audio stream, after you hit dump audio AID equals 128 or whatever the audio stream is, you got to tell it where to dump the audio to. And so here's how you do it. Like, for example, if we were dumping House of Flying Daggers VOB, the original VOB's audio, we could just drag this over here again and then replace the VOB with AC3, since we're dumping just the AC3 audio channel. And sometimes it might be A52, sometimes it might be MP2. But anyway, that's how we dump the audio channel only. Now, after we got an audio channel sitting in our hard drive already dumped, we can take, and I believe I'm done with these. I don't need these anymore. Alright, now we've already got an audio file right here. We've got the original video file that we just wrapped, or the AVI file, the finished AVI that we just wrapped into a Matroska wrapper, and we dumped the audio from the VOB file and then deleted the VOB file. We don't need it anymore. We've got that. We've got the finished transcoded AVI that we wrapped in a Matroska wrapper, and we've got the Chinese audio. Open MKV merge back up. And put your MKV file in there into input files box, and then drag over your Chinese audio and dump it into the input files box as well. And down here where it says output file, you don't have to change the global tag, because whatever your global tag was, it's still there. It can read it because it's a Matroska wrapper. Down here where it says output file name, put your original file name dash X or something to signify an extra file or a separate file, that this is the new file. It's going to mux that and dump it into here, and it's going to have an X264 video channel, an AAC English audio channel, and then an AC3 foreign language channel, whichever the language the movie was in. Like Brotherhood of the Wolves, that was originally filmed in French. House of Flying Daggers, that was originally filmed in Chinese. It might have been Japanese, I'm not sure. But anyway, it's going to have two audio channels. One of them needs to be transcoded into AAC again. So, I'll show you how to do that. You go back over here, and you go, you type M encoder space, drag this new audio, this new MKV file over, and then you don't need to apply, well, really, you need to apply audio filters. So just drag the file over and then put -AF vol norm equals 1 dash AID 2, and that should be the second audio channel. To test it out, you can actually backspace over the audio filter AF vol norm equals 1, erase it, erase M player or M encoder and replace it with M player. So you should have M player, the path to the file, and then dash AID 2 to say play the second AID, and then hit enter. It's almost done muxing. Oh, there we go. Now hit enter to see if that is the second audio channel. I can't hear a damn thing they're saying. Go figure they don't talk when I need them to talk. Alright. That is our Chinese channel. Alright, so we know audio ID 2 is our Chinese channel. So go hit the home button, hit up to go back to your previous command, hit the home button, delete M player, replace it with M encoder, then hit the end button to go back to the end of the command line, and then type -AF vol norm equals 1. Actually, I'm sorry, erase M encoder again and replace it back with M player. Then go back to the end, put AF vol norm equals 1, because we need to figure out how to normalize this audio stream. Hit enter. Turn your volume halfway up. Remember before how I told you how to check your audio levels to make sure they're not too quiet, not too loud. Alright, see, I can't hear a fucking thing they're saying. So hit up, vol norm equals 1, go right in front of vol norm and go volume equals 8, comma, and then it'll say volume equals norm, and that's after your audio filter flag. Hit up, or hit enter. Okay, I can hear what they're saying.